get ready to take a literature quiz. All right, I hope you're all ready with your piece of paper and your pencil. Go ahead and you're going to write down the answers. I want you to go ahead, after you're done taking the quiz, you're going to take a picture of your quiz paper. You're going to upload it to me on my school work so that I can grade it. All right, number one, why did Cousin May fall through the parlor floor? Why did Cousin May fall through the parlor floor? Number two, which beast is homely? According to all the poems that you read, which beast is homely? Number three, according to the poet, what is the problem with kittens? What is the problem with kittens? Number four, what happened to Professor Twist's lovely wife? What happened to Professor Twist's lovely wife? And finally, number five, the poet marvels that he can do what? The poet marvels that he can do what? And to make this even easier on you, I'll give you multiple choice. He can play a violin, he can sing, he can paint, or he can whistle. Again, your choices are: the poet marvels that he can play a violin, sing, paint, or whistle. All right, students, go ahead and take a picture of that quiz that you just took and upload it to me on my schoolworks, and I will get you your grade. Yesterday you were supposed to be reading pages 473 and 474, and we're going to be taking a look at the poems and the authors found on those pages. Starting on page 473 in your literature book, first we come across the author of Ogden Nash. Ogden Nash is America's most popular poet for light verse. Usually satirical, his poetry has far-fetched rhymes, varying stanzas, and puns. The rhyme is either very exact or unequal in its components. Stanzas will vary from one line to the length of a paragraph. His particular skill is in describing the woes of the urban upper middle class. Some of his shorter verses have passed into folklore because of the original way in which they are written. It starts off with The Termite by Ogden Nash, and this poem is very enjoyable and fun to read aloud, and they're typically easy to understand. Remember E.E. Cummings, his poems, they were fun to read, but they took a little bit to understand. Well, with Ogden Nash, his poems are typically easy to understand. So we start off with The Termite, and then we go on to The Rhinoceros by Ogden Nash. Now remember, he was known for stretching his vocabulary a little bit and making up a lot of non-words. Can you find the non-word in this poem? Write it in the comments below. What is the non-word? The made-up word that Ogden Nash used so that he could have something that rhymed in this poem. Then it comes out to the kitten. The trouble with a kitten is that eventually it becomes a cat. And just like with all baby animals, they are so cute and so adorable, and everybody loves to get a kitten or a puppy or a baby rabbit or ducklings. They're so adorable, but they grow up into larger animals and having their own temperaments and their own problems, and they're around for a long time, much longer than they were around as a kitten. Finally, we have The Purist by Ogden Nash. And this is a fun poem to read aloud. And an assignment that I want you to do is to read this poem aloud. Video yourself reading this poem aloud, upload it to YouTube or however you upload it. Most of you are using YouTube. Read this poem aloud, upload it to YouTube. Use expression, have fun with it. See how much fun you can have with it. and upload this and send me the link. Finally, the last author that we read in this unit is a work by Countee Cullen, Yet Do I Marvel. Countee Cullen was born and educated in New York City and became known as one of the finest Black poets, often using Black American themes in his lyrical poetry. As a young schoolboy, he won a citywide poetry contest, and later in his life, he received the Witter Bynner Poetry Prize at the New York University. Take a look at Yet Do I Marvel. This poet realized that God has a purpose in all things that happen, even if we as mortals cannot comprehend God's mind. Same thing, we cannot comprehend, what is the purpose of everything that's happening in this day and age. We don't know, but you know what? God sure does. And Yet Do I Marvel, notice how the speaker lists unusual facts of nature and life to build up to the great wonder in the very last line. And that was it. That was all of your works that you had to read last night in your grammar class today. All you're doing is exercise 158, exercise 158, dashes, parentheses, and brackets. Now I know you guys are not experts on these. I am not either. So make sure you take a look at your handbook sections 42.24 through 42.30 to get some help on using and when to use dashes, parentheses, and brackets. All right, the final thing for today that we're going to be talking about, I am so excited for this upcoming lesson. We're going to be doing some poetry writing together. Yay! Together as a class, we're going to be doing some poetry writing. You'll be doing some as individuals as well. You're going to be using poems in Unit 14 to take a look at the different types of poetries found in there. Do you have any favorites? What was some of the favorite poems that you had from Unit 14? Put them in the comments. What was some of your favorite poems of Unit 14? We're going to take a look and work on, first off, a definition poem. A definition poem. A definition poem should have 5 lines. It should have 5 lines, and each one uses one of the senses, such as hope looks like, hope smells like, hope tastes like, hope sounds like, hope feels like. So you're going to be using each one of the senses in a definition poem, and you're going to pick something that you want to define, such as hope, victory, courage, friendship, friendliness, maybe jealousy. Maybe you want to go a negative way. Jealousy, hatred, strife, what are some other things? Anger. But maybe try to stick to the positive. Maybe try to stick to the positive on this. So these poems may rhyme, but it's not required to. And you can put your poems in any order that you like. But typically when you have a definition rhyme, a definition poem, you're going to end with the longest, most emphatic sentence that you put together. We're going to be having a Zoom class tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. to work together on a definition poem. So we're going to take a look at, we'll stick with hope for now. Hope for now. Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's 6 of you. So, well, all of you start thinking, what do you think hope looks like, hope smells like, hope tastes like, hope sounds like, and hope feels like? Write down your answers and we will pull them together tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. in our Zoom class, and we're going to make up our very own definition poem before you do your own by yourself. So go ahead, and that is all for today. Be working on that definition poem of hope. What are your ideas that you can contribute to the class? Do your grammar exercise. Take a look, make sure you do your quiz. Upload your answers on your quiz. Let's see, what else did I have in there? Any questions that were in the video, make sure you put your answers in the comments below. I always enjoy reading your answers. Have a great day.